Hello there, Scorpio. I'm Michelle, and I've got a tarot reading for you. Whenever you get these messages, that's when you need to hear them. It doesn't matter how long ago I posted them. It's just if the story resonates with you that comes out in this. It could be for you, or it could be for somebody that's close to you that needs to hear the messages from you. Essentially, these messages come from your higher self, from your guardian angels, your guides, from the divine, and I sense them because I'm an energy reader, an energy healer. And if you would like a private reading, if you love my style and you want a private reading, you can email me at michelle@highvibemagic.com. Also, the email is going to be in the description box below so that you can have a private reading. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what to embrace, what to leave behind, and then special messages from your guardian angels, your guides, from the divine, and then we're going to close out with a beautiful affirmation. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, oh, interesting. It looks like you're in a place right now, Scorpio, where you're transitioning from one phase to another and you've got options. And it's like, do I do this or do I do that? What's the best choice for me to make? In the meantime, you're juggling both things, the old and the new, and you're trying to decide how to transition from one phase to another. I feel like you have some really good guidance, but you're having a hard time letting go of something that you still want to have control over. So you're being asked to embrace the transition. That's what the world here is all about. It's about closing out what you used to be, who you used to be, and becoming new. All right. So this definitely has to do with intimate connections with other people. That's why we've got the lovers here. And it is a part of the big story of your life, of the journey that you intended to be on when you came into your physical body. So 3 major arcana in this setup: the World, Temperance, and the Lovers. So this is about you being in a pretty positive space, in transition, trying to make the best choices for yourself going forward. So embrace that. It's a little affirmation for yourself. I am making the best possible choices for myself, for my body, for my finances, for my intimate connections, and for all the people that I really, really care about. I'm making the best choices. And then when you're saying that affirmation to yourself regularly, you don't have to wonder whether or not you're doing the right thing. It just naturally will happen. Okay, what to leave behind. So we just talked about what to bring in, what to accept, and this is what to release, what to let go, what to not do anymore. It's that easy. Just don't do it anymore, right? So with this 5 of Wands calling out to me right away, and the Strength, they're both indicators of something where you feel like you want to control something from the past. You want to still hang on to it so that you can make sure that it's there for you going into the future, because that's something that always gave you a sense of security. Let me show you these a little bit closer. You always had some kind of security from a situation, but it's not necessarily something that brought you any kind of happiness, because this 5 of Wands is never a happy situation. But it's like, I knew what to expect, and therefore that's why I still need to keep it in my life, is because I knew what to expect. Knowing a predictable bad thing for you was preferable to a new experience that you knew nothing about. So that's why you're still hanging on to this old thing. It's just like, at least it's predictable. This could be a relationship. This could be a work experience, a job experience, a career, your financial situation, that you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, even though it's miserable, rather than releasing it and letting it go so that you can transition into a new phase. So I'm really feeling like it's either a job that you don't want to let go of, like finally release and let go of, or it's a relationship that you're still it's at a transition and it's closing out, but you're just like, I just keep reaching out to this person because I want to know that they're going to be there for me, but you're being asked to release it and let it go. The 9 of Cups is like, I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel happy. I don't feel satisfied about how all of this is ending. But it's something that you gotta just go ahead and let go, even if you don't feel happy about how you're finishing it off. Like you could have done better somehow. Sometimes it's just is what it is. And it's just time to let it go. And that's part of the lesson that you came into this physical body to learn, is to allow things to run their course, allow them to go, release them. So the strength is all about the ego. The strength card's all about the ego. It's about your higher self speaking through you, taming the ego, which is the wild animal inside that's like, but what will I do if everything isn't the way that it's always been? It's comforting yourself that it's going to be okay. Just because things are different doesn't mean that they're bad. And look at this. We have the Page of Pentacles representing a person that's learning new ways of being in the world. So release the idea that you have to be somebody who knows what they're doing all the time. Accept that you can be somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. That's okay. Everybody's got to be new, the new person sometime. It's inevitable. Special messages from the divine, from your higher self. Okay. Well, I'm going to take these, I'm going to set the Judgment and the Devil aside for right now and first talk about this good news stuff, that the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles both are indicators of more stability, satisfaction, building wealth, building health that comes from having a more stable situation. I think in the past, with that Five of Wands being there, it was a situation that was really unstable, even like perhaps even emotionally challenging. And so you're transitioning into a phase of things being more stable. And so this is what you have to look forward to as you release the old challenges from before and allow yourself to accept this new phase of comfort. It's like, it really is all about the comfort and ease going forward. It's about looking out over everything that you've accumulated, how hard you've worked for so long, how you were able to release things that were unhealthy out of your life and being like, I did good. That's what this guy is all about right here. He's like, okay, I did good. So that's you in the future looking out over your life and being like, okay, this is all right. And this is you being able to actually be helpful to other people. You're actually able to do more for others because you're releasing all that stress and anxiety and drama that used to exist in your life. But let's go over here to the Judgment and the Devil. And I feel like these are a couple words of warning from the divine, from your spirit. And it has to do with, like, our higher selves know what we should be doing all the time, but our physical form has this survival mechanism that sees something that it likes. It triggers this dopamine response. It sees something that it likes and it wants to do it over and over and over again. This could be a substance that causes addictive behavior, or it could be just a behavior that gives you a little dopamine kick that makes you want to do it again and again. And this might have something to do with repeatedly going into situations that you know are not good for you. And it's time to make that final judgment call on closing it out. So it's just like a word of warning. Don't keep going into these tape loops over and over again that just keep you stuck. It's time to close the door. Time to finish up. So we had the Lovers. The Lovers is here and the Judgment is here. It's like the angels are looking over you and being like, it's time to finish. Your physical brain, your physical body wants you to keep doing these things over and over again, but it is time to close that out. It's time to put yourself in a position where you can control the way your mind goes. You don't have to be a victim of your ego. You can control the direction your ego takes. And so, yeah, the Devil is representative of addictions, of being in cycles that are really unhealthy. So it's time to release those. Don't feel trapped. Don't be trapped. The best way to find out that you're not trapped in a situation is to get out of it. And then you'll find out that it wasn't as stuck as you thought it was. Okay. So final affirmation to close us out. Oh, I am limitless. I love this for you. You're in the past, you've bound yourself up in the routines and cycles, patterns that kept you small, but you're transitioning into a new chapter that's way bigger, way more expansive, way more resources coming in for you, like economically fruitful, but also fruitful with intimacy with others, feeling loved, feeling accepted. All of this is coming in for you, but you have to release the old patterns of limits and accept the new ones of health and vitality. Okay, you loved it? Make sure and give it a thumbs up, but also you can send me an email at michele@highvibemagic.com and I can set things up for you for a private reading. Love you, Scorpio, and I will see you next time.